Hello everybody, it's Tom McAllister here, at least for Pride Month, and today we are looking at an Ormond match that I played. I'd like to apologize in advance for the fan. Unfortunately, my AC is out, and I am just having to cope with it, sadly. But we are looking at a Huntress game today on Ormond, which I thought was going to be really bad. I recorded this offline, didn't play it live. And yeah, so we're going to go look at that match, and yeah, we'll try to point out what mistakes the survivors make. So let's go check it out. All right, I went ahead and decided to turn off the fan for this portion of the video, since you can't see me here and you can't see how sweaty I am because the fan's not on. Anywho, we're going to be looking at this Ormond match that I played earlier off stream. Let me turn this down a bit. There we go. And yeah, so let's get right into it. Starting out, I just want to announce to everyone I am not a great Huntress player. This is probably my second or third time really like playing her. I'll skip these loading times. But yeah, we went to Ormond. They didn't send us there or anything. Just RNG just put me on Ormond, and I was already bummed out about it to begin with. But yeah, so game starts. It's hella vibes, you know, listening to the Huntress's lullaby and whatnot. And we are running Nurse's Calling, Sloppy Butcher, Iron Grasp, and Huntress Lullaby. Now, I know I've said that in the past Iron Grasp is a baby perk, and I still think it is. But I also think it's worth running on slower killers your first time playing them. So I go ahead and just try to bait her off the gen there with the Hatchet, which it works. I see that she's there. She hits me, gets the stun. I'm going to go ahead and break this pallet because it's a really good one, honestly. And then she doubles back, I think. Yeah, so she hops through here. I think she may have Lith. I couldn't tell you from here. I thought she'd double back, but she didn't. She actually kept going forward and tried to get away from me. So at this point, I realize she's a pallet throwing fool. I'm going to try to run her around the pallet. See if we can bait her. She actually runs into the tree right there and kind of screws herself over. Doesn't have Dead Heart or anything because she's got Lithe. So we go ahead and get down her. I'm going to go ahead and break this pallet now. Not because it's a good pallet, but because I just don't want to put up with it later on if we end up in a very long chase. They finish a gen there, so it feels like, you know, tit for tat. I get a hook, they get a gen done. Feels pretty fair to me. Now, I heard someone breathing near me, I believe. Or I might just see them out of the corner of my eye coming up here. This Adam enters my peripheral. Oh, no, there he is. So here's this Adam's mistake. He should have committed to the hook there. Should have just gotten her down instead of running around here. But he does run around, unfortunately. And we're going to go ahead and take an M1 here. Right here. So he's facing away. My Huntress Lullaby got cleansed. He's facing away from the hook, so I go ahead and M1 in there. Put him down there. You know, I figure he has borrowed time, so I'm going to chuck a hatchet at her as well. Turns out he didn't. So now we've got the Adam and the Fang down. Tit for tat once again. 2 gens, 2 hooks. 1 gen, technically. 2 gens total. 3 hooks total for me now. Technically, or no, 2? 3. 3. Third, second hook for this Fang. I'm misspeaking right now. Not sure what that Dwight was doing. I see him. Yeah, okay, so I knew someone had to be getting the unhook, so I went for that. This Nia is looking behind her the entire time and still does not dodge that hatchet shot. Okay, now this is where things get kind of complicated. I see the Adam right here in the distance, so I'm like, okay. Either he's got decisive or something. But I know at this point that I need to reload. I've only got 1 hatchet left. I may as well take the time to reload. And then we'll go for the Adam who came over here towards us. Actually, no. We ditch him. We try to leave him. We try to give the Adam a fighting chance. Gonna go ahead and look around the resort area now. She had Deliverance, I believe. Either Deliverance or Second Wind, but I believe it was Deliverance. So she hops off hook herself. I'm sort of just scanning the area at this point. Can't find anyone. So I'm just kind of patrolling, hoping to find someone somewhere. One of my main issues with playing killers like Huntress or anyone that's 4-4 is the fact that I am so slow, and I feel like they get a lot more done when I'm not around. So we just happen to run into the Fang there. Unfortunate thing. This Dwight has eluded us for quite a while now, but we're going to go ahead and commit to this Fang. I think she drops this, yeah, and then she runs in the next room. Because she thinks, for whatever reason, that we're going to break every pallet that she drops, but that is simply not what we're doing. She hops out a window here, and honestly, it's a pretty good play because I have a breakable wall there that I need to address, but I'm committing to the chase full stop. She hops through the window behind her, and then, yeah, she goes for this pallet right here. I raise the hatchet, bait her, drop her. Whenever you raise the hatchet, make sure you're enough distance away from the pallet that you're not going to get, stunned out of using your hatchet. So she's third tier, so I figure why waste a surface hook when we down her right by basement. So we go ahead and down her. I think Nick DC's here. Yep, bye Nick. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you. Must be a bummer. I'm sorry. But yeah, so now we're having to look around again. I don't really know where anyone is at this point. I can tell that this gen's being worked on pretty rapidly. I go for a grab there, which you can see I missed. Adam does a smart thing, goes away from the pallet, doesn't try to use the pallet, as he should. Wise man, wise man. He's going into here. I think he gets caught on that stool or something, but we're going to try to hit him in this doorway here, and we do. The nice thing about hitting someone in a doorway is that, and then the Dwight comes here. I don't know if he thinks he's going to body block me from the hook, but I have Iron Grasp, so I'm mostly unconcerned with the situation. And then he leaves. I throw him on the hook. The thing with doorways is the fact that they have such little space to move that you can really chuck a hatchet in a doorway and you'll usually hit people. Now here, the mistake that the Dwight makes here is, one, sticking around when you're injured. Like, that's just giving me reason to stay here. So I hear his footsteps, I see his scratch marks. I know that he's hurt already because he took the hit in the basement for nothing. He climbs through the window. I'm going to start winding up my hatchet immediately so that he doesn't have the necessary time to recover. He starts running away. We get him. I see the Nia here. She makes the mistake of not going for him right away. So I'm going to M1 her here. Now she's going to go for him. I'm going to follow her, obviously, because if I can end this game early, why won't I? Bam. And then Adam here. Poor Adam's got BT, I think. Yep. So we let Adam go. Because this is a kind of a shitty situation to be put in as a survivor. And a great situation to be in if you're the killer. So I figure I'll let him go. I come up here. He did not stop to heal the Dwight, which was probably the smart thing to do in that situation. I doubt he was recovered already. Now we're going to take him down to basement too. And yeah, yeet. Now, what happened right there? This is very wise on the Adams part, by the way. I almost fell for this. He used diversion to throw a pebble and cause a large action. I thought he was taunting me, like he had a hatch or something, but then I thought to myself, hatch probably isn't spawned. And two, I don't see any like action that way that he could do aside from like maybe a vault. So I don't see why he would be over there. So then, excuse me, by sheer luck, by the way, sheer luck that at this exact instance that I realized this, I turn and see the Adam in the distance. So right there, it's very, very small, very, very quick. His diversion almost worked. It really did. I see him. I think he realizes that I see him, and he crouches down and he's hiding. And we're heading back over there. Now I see the scratch marks. This just confirms my theory. I hear the grunts. I assume he's hiding on the pallet, so I'm going to prep a hatchet. And I was right. The reason you want to prep a hatchet whenever they drop a pallet is because if you look at this, you'll see that he gets locked into an animation where he can't move. While he's doing that, I'm charging the hatchet. I also have the add-on that makes my hatchets fly 20% faster. So as he gets locked into that animation, he just barely gets a turn off before I throw the hatchet at him. And thus ends this match for this poor, unfortunate Adam. And Nia. And Dwight. And the Fang who DC'd earlier for some reason. But yeah, so that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or anything you want to tell me down below, feel free to. And I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much.